Alright, you're welcome. Good afternoon to you. This is Good Afternoon Ghana. Apologies for the late start of the program. But today, what we have on the table is to discuss what you are faced with currently when it comes to your SIM card registration. So the action that the NCA actually said it was going to do, it has already kick-started, where we have people's numbers being blocked. You cannot make phone calls. And the strange thing is that there are others who say they have registered their SIM cards anyway, as directed by the ministry, but it doesn't look like they have been exempted from these punitive measures that's being carried out by the NCA. So we'll be speaking with Kwame Jain, who is the Deputy Director of Corporate Affairs Department of the NCA. We'll also get into the legalities of it, where we have quite a number of people challenging the action by the Ministry of Communication and the NCA. So lawyer Kojo Adawudu will join us. Then one person that's also taken an action against the NCA for the action it has taken against Ghanaians for not re-registering their SIM cards is one controversial musician who has turned politician, has been engaging a lot in political conversations, and that happens to be A+. We'll have a conversation with him on how far he intends to take his legal action. For now, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get into the issues. All right, yeah, welcome back. Now, the news team has put together some videos that we have. We have lined up some of them to also take you through the journey of what exactly the SIM card registration has been. Let's go for the first one.
Implementation punitive measures meant to force subscribers who have not re-registered their SIM cards. The National Communications Authority last Sunday indicated that persons who have not re-registered their SIM cards will have their SIM cards blocked. This means that they may not be able to receive phone calls, and also their data may be blocked. However, Metro News' check at some registration centers indicates that some affected persons are unhappy about the exercise.
I can't make call. I buy credit, 40 Ghana. I can't make call. So I don't understand. So we are MTN people. They steal the Ghana people. Then they steal the Ghanaians. Government, they are not talking about this one. Ghanaians is suffering.
Their network service is not working. Nothing is not working. Since in the morning, we have been sleeping here. Me and some man, we bring our bed sheet. We sleep here before the workers even come here. But as at now, they say the network is going. So I want to ask, which network is giving MTN network?
Me ma register so me chimpa hwa do me yaguya ese wo so no ofa protocol ni ye bibia ye de ye di ma no ye protocol yenim ho nti ye ka kire ko na ka kire so wo se enyo mo no musuo se all the time all the to so
afi de du tama ye call no enko obi fra wa eba ye ba bebi se mu no mo se process na enko true bo so so ye no mo anyi pay ye tu amoka na de nti na afi de ani ma na enko true etinu yantiasie etinu mama ban asonte si fence digital no mo de ba no in fact ebe ha emo ayen eni o me ko manual.
Should I leave my work and be following Ghana card and registration of a SIM card? Did I even say I wanted to do Ghana card and you people said it? Have patience for us. Man must work to eat. This Accra, you not follow this Ghana card and registration of SIM and you not go to work. Are you the people feeding us?
Several persons have had their SIM cards deactivated as a result of sanctions imposed by the National Communications Authority over unregistered SIM cards. Several others who have already gone through the process have also had their SIM cards disabled, preventing them from using any communication services, even though it was anticipated that the sanction would only apply to those who have failed to re-register their SIM cards with the Ghana card. For these affected persons who spoke to Metro News, the move has severely affected their businesses.
The network has been blocked, and also, apart from the network being blocked, they block data, they block voice, and also they block their Momo transactions. Yeah, and which I think that it shouldn't be so.
My SIM was blocked yesterday. I don't understand what's happening because I have already re-registered my SIM.
I have registered all my SIM cards, my internet turbonet, and just for me yesterday when I went to the house, I realized that the turbonet was not working. But fortunately, it came back. But today, when I woke up, I found out that the MTN voice is not working, the data is not working, and everything has just shut down.
January to na me media. I've had only 3 days.
I did mine in January. 3 days ago, I tried making a call, but it was blocked. Why should my SIM be blocked? What is the essence of the exercise? If the telcos think they are lacking personnel, they should employ more people.
This is my second day of touring the registration centers, and this situation is not different from what I saw previously. Subscribers are complaining that they have been able to re-register their SIM cards, yet they are not able to make money transactions, make calls, and receive text messages. But the question is, if subscribers who have re-registered their SIMs are not able to receive such services, then what is the essence of re-registering SIM cards? For Metro News, Zoe Anita Ode, Osu.
All right, welcome back. So that's Anita Ode, and who she's actually been visiting the registration sites, and you can see even behind her long queues and how the situation really is on the ground. Persons have gone back to the state of frustration once again. I mentioned to you that there's one interesting guy who has shown so much interest in political affairs. He is a musician, but a controversial one at that, and still stays controversial till today. Kwame A+ has been that person, and he has taken the NCA on in court. I received, the suit last week that this is the action he's taken. He's joined me via phone. A+, thank you for your time. You're welcome to Good Afternoon Ghana, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, my sister.
Great.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I hope you are as well.
What's the meaning of controversial?
You're here to answer questions, A+.
You are introducing me. So if you said that he said devil, then I ask what's the meaning of devil? But I hear people say controversial. What's the meaning?
If I say what?
If you say you are here to speak with the devil, then I ask you.
To speak with what?
I'm here to answer. If you said, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think I'll manage it.
Good. I'm saying, if you said I'm here to speak with the devil, then I'll ask you, what's the meaning of the devil? Even though I'm here to answer questions.
With the devil? Did you hear devil?
No. You're not getting me. I'm saying that. I think that the line is bad. Is it okay?
I'm having a bit of some problems.
Is it
Okay, I
better
can.
now?
Yeah, I think so. But
wait, just. Is it better?
yeah, it's better. I'll manage.
Okay, good. So I'm yeah.
All right, so let's just go straight to the point. A+.
Yeah.
So we've seen the suit. I received it last week, and for the purposes of those who are watching, what exactly are you seeking or praying the courts to do?
Okay. So now, this is where I'm going to start from, so that next time when you are introducing me, you won't say you're going to speak to one controversial guy. You don't understand me, I don't understand you. It doesn't make me controversial. We have divergent opinions. Your opinion is different from mine. So you are controversial because you don't understand me. You understand what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
I hear people say, oh, controversial. No, it is not controversial.
So you never accept the tag that you are actually controversial. You don't accept.
I don't even know if people understand what they mean when I say controversial. But my understanding of the word controversial is totally different. A situation, an issue can be a controversial one.
Right.
And we'll have different opinions on that issue. Yes. So
I
let's
get you.
go ahead. In fact, a controversial issue that we are talking about right now,
right,
is the NCA trying to block people's SIM cards because they have not registered their SIM, and that is why we are in court.
Yeah,
we are in court to try and to try to stop them from going ahead with the directive that the minister gave at her last meet the press also. Yes. The law, the LI that is being used for the SIM re-registration says that you have to use an ID card that has been issued by the state. Now, according to the NIA itself, there are over 1.5 million people who have come to them to go through the whole process but have not received the cards, which means that the cards have not been issued to them. So then another government entity, being NCA, cannot go ahead and block people's SIM cards because it is not their fault. At the minister's briefing, she even stated that the blocking is going to start on the 30th.
Yeah.
And then before the 30th, people's phones are being blocked. So the question is, why? At least you said 30th, so let's wait till the 30th. So why are you blocking people's phones?
Because that's the date the postponement was pushed to.
Exactly. So what? So why are we blocking people's phones? It means that people think that they have power and they can do whatever they want. Why are you blocking people's phones? You said 30th, so we have to wait till the 30th. Unless we are saying that if there is a law in Ghana that says that when you steal a goat, you go to prison, and you see somebody looking at a goat, is a potential thief, and so we will arrest you so that you can see how it is in prison when you steal the goat, which of course doesn't make any sense. And so in any case, they have to wait till the 30th. However, even the 30th, so long as the NIA has said clearly that they cannot provide 2 million people cards before the end of the year,
right?
They cannot block numbers, and this is what we are praying the court to declare.
So in the reliefs, I'm just reading, say the third relief. It says that a declaration on a true and proper interpretation of Article 23, that's 23, and 296 of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. The defendants are stopped from blocking the SIM cards of Ghanaians who have not been able to re-register their SIM cards until such a time where the National Identification Authority is able to issue the Ghana card. So we would seek a proper interpretation of the laws.
Yes, of course, yes. And the Supreme Court is where you can go for such matters to be addressed. And so we are going there, and we believe that it is not fair. It is a breach of their fundamental human right. How can the government tell citizens that go and do this with this? And then when citizens agree that they are going to do that, the same government turns around to say, then we are going to, you cannot do it because you don't have this, and so we are going to block you. No, it doesn't. And you see, the annoying part is that during the election years, for as long as I know, they are able to provide voters' ID cards to everybody. Look, irrespective of where you are hiding. They will make sure that verification machines at every police station, the system is so well done that everybody who is an eligible voter will get a card before election. But when it comes to Ghana cards, they are not going to get votes from it, so they don't care. That is the country that we live in.
But can we say that maybe with the voters registration exercise, the materials used for the cards are a little different from the ones that we're using for Ghana card? You've heard the NIA complain about lack of resources, which is also restraining them or constraining the process.
I think that you have even made the matter very simple. If the NIA itself is complaining about lack of resources, Why is it that the EC never complains of lack of resources? As for the EC, it's about votes, so then we can have the resources. Now NIA is complaining. So I'm saying exactly what you're saying. When it comes to giving us Ghana cards, the NIA will complain of lack of resources. And if the NIA is complaining of lack of resources, then how then does the how do you call them, the NCA go ahead and block people when the NIA is complaining that they don't have resources? In fact, the minister herself stated clearly that the NIA is employing additional staff, blah blah blah, which means that the minister herself admitted that there is the NIA staff is inadequate, and so they have to employ more, and so they have to also take their time. What is the rush? What is the rush?
Have you heard about people who say they have actually succeeded in doing the re-registration, but they're also having their numbers being blocked?
Yeah, I've heard too many complaints. People who have registered, but still their numbers are being blocked. So what it means is that the system itself is not efficient. The NIA data, according to some IT guys that I've spoken with, has not been, I want to use the right word. These days, I don't like offending people before you call me controversial. So,
A plus.
So the NIA itself has not been able to put its house in order. The NIA has not been able to complete a compilation of all these the numbers and then share it with the telecos to know what to do. And so even people who have registered are being blocked. You see, there is this other complaint that, that people who have the Ghana card, but they don't want to go and register. Those people are not those we are fighting for. Those people are irresponsible citizens. There are too many good reasons why we have to register our SIM card. There are too many reasons why we have to commend the government for coming up with the Ghana card thing. Everybody who has a Ghana card must go and link it to their SIM card so that the fraud that is perpetrated on mobile money and all of those other platforms will end, and then we can put names and faces to numbers. It is very, very important. So I commend the government for this. However, it is important to also ensure the well-being and the welfare of the people, and that the government is being fair to the people, and we will fight for the people. So if I have a Ghana card and I try to link it with my SIM card, and it says that I have to go for verification, and that's what I'm going through personally. I have to go for verification. I've tried over and over and over to get to the nearest NIA office to do my verification, but to no avail. You go there and there are too many people, and all of us are very busy. So then you turn around and I have done my Ghana card. I am ready to link it. It's not working. And then you say you are going to block me. No, it's not right.
What do we do about the courts on recess?
What I know is that once we have served them with an injunction, they will respect the Supreme Court by holding on to by not going ahead with their directive by the 30th, and wait for the case to be determined before they take any step. All of us, most of us, the only place that we run to in times of need is the court, and so we should show the court some respect. There is a Supreme Court ruling that says that an injunction served on you itself in itself is an injunction. So if the court is on recess and they go ahead to block numbers, then we will file a contempt against them and hear what the court has to say.
Should people, especially those who have done their registration already but are feeling the pinch of these punitive measures, should they show interest of joining the suit? Are they allowed?
Those who want to, yes, they are welcome. They can join the suit, and then let's try and make things better. I have said this over and over and over. As for me, I don't fight for Ghanaians. Ghanaians are not people you should fight for. And if you are thinking of fighting for Ghanaians, I would advise you to stop. You go on social media and find people who are actually insulting me because I took NCA to court. Because you see, these guys don't fight for them. I fight for myself because I can't register my SIM, for my family, those who believe in me, and for the people, ordinary people who believe in what I do. So those who want to join, they are welcome. Let's go. I'm not fighting for everybody. No, Jesus Christ had 12 disciples and he was with a few people. If you try to fight for 30 million people, you will die a useless death. So those who are interested in joining, let them come. Those who are not interested, let them go.
Kwame Plus, thank you for your time.
You're welcome, my controversial friend.
All right, so we're still on Good Afternoon Ghana, and we're having a conversation on how we can help you, solve the problem. Kwame A Plus has taken the NCA to court because he came out to say that it was issuing punitive measures against Ghanaians who have not been able to re-register their SIMs. And he's making a point that our closing day or our deadline was pushed to September 30. We have not gotten to September 30. So if you start blocking our chips, then what exactly are you doing? But even according to the law, it is not right. Now, on a Daily Post front page today, it was captured that restricting SIM cards of Ghanaians lawless, arbitrary, and reckless. And it comes with a picture of Johnson Asiedu Nketia and the party that is spoken against the action being taken by the Communication Ministry, CUM, NCA. Let's look at the technicalities of it. So, we have Yaya Koku. Yaya Koku has been quite vociferous as well on this issue, on the issue of the SIM card registration. He is a systems analyst. He's with the NDC though, but he's a system analyst, and that's where really my interest lies. So let's see if we can understand from their point of view the explanation to what is going on in the system. Yaira, thank you for your time. You're welcome to Good Afternoon Ghana.
Good afternoon, Annie.
Right, thank you so much for joining us within a very short notice. Let me ask if you can explain to us what is going on within the system, just briefly, so we can understand.
Okay. Good afternoon to your viewers and listeners again. I think what is currently going on is that the NCA and the Ministry of Communication, per the NCA Act, says that you are supposed to register your SIM cards. And the only option that you can use to register your SIM card is using your Ghana card. Now, the issue that has arisen from all this issue is because NIA, as a state institution, in issuing the Ghana card, has no expiry dates or has no time limit in issuing cards to Ghanaians. But unfortunately, the NCA has given us a limited time that this is what Ghanaians need to do, that everybody has to register with the Ghana card. Now, that is where the contention is. For a lot of people have registered with the Ghana card until now, they've not received their card. But through no fault of them, yes, they're not unable to register for the SIM card. So why do you blame them for such a situation? Now, coming to the technical side of the system, I was not expecting the NCA to do the registration for the SIM cards.
Yaira, I'm sorry, if you can reposition yourself, you're breaking off.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. As someone who worked at the NIA, as a former employee at the NIA,
okay,
one of the basics of us in designing the new system, that is the instant issuance, was that as part of the registration for your Ghana card, you'll be registering for your SIM card at the same time. So if you take a look at the registration form for the NIA, you see that 4 fields have been provided to capture phone numbers. So what happens is that once you are registering, they will take your phone number and register you. When you register you, they will now create a link to share with the telcos. So that's what we call data harmonization. What this means is that the telcos will have access to NIA system and have certain details that are accessible to them only, so that they will know that Yaira has come to register and he has come to register. Now, the question we should ask ourselves is that I have registered at NIA. I have provided my phone number. So what it means is that in NIA system, my phone number is already linked to my Ghana card. Now, you are telling me that I should take that Ghana card that is already linked to my phone number in NIA system, go and form another queue to go and register again for my SIM card. Technically, this does not make sense at all. And that is where some of us, our contentions are, because we don't believe that we are just frustrating the ordinary Ghanaian.
Is that to say that because we have already registered our phone chips, they can get the data and do the re-registration by themselves without involving the owners of the chips?
Yes, Annie, if you've registered for your Ghana card now, and you gave them your phone number, if you walk into NIA now and they enter your phone number, it will pull all your phone numbers, your details in the NIA system. So because that means NIA is storing your biometric. They are storing all your alphanumeric data. Now, we are doing the SIM card registration, and the primary document to do the SIM card registration is your Ghana card. Now, NIA has already come out to say that they are not verifying the fingerprint that the NCA or the Ministry of Communication are taking through the SIM card registration. They are only verifying the PIN numbers. Now, in any identification process or biometric identification process, if you don't identify somebody or you don't authenticate somebody through the fingerprint, you are doing a cost-90 work. In any identification process, the authentication using the fingerprint is the final that I can confirm that Annie, you are the true owner of the card. And what has even made it worse is the introduction of the self-registration app. Now, this self-registration app means that somebody can sit at home and use a SIM card, get somebody whose card is missing, and use it to do the registration. Buy a new SIM and use it to do registration. I made a post and somebody was even telling me that some people are already selling some of the SIM cards. Free.
Yeah, I actually wanted to find out if this self-registration app can also give rise to fraudulent activities.
I think by now the fraudsters are even happy with this, because what is going to happen is that if Annie, I take your Ghana card, I can use it to do buy a new SIM card and use it to register for you without your knowledge, because there is no third level authentication of your fingerprint. Don't forget that the Ghana card that you are holding stores your fingerprints. So if NCA or Ministry of Communication or the developers were to work closely with NIA, they could have made sure that giving them an API or something so that they can use it to do an authentication. That is, if I'm using Annie's Ghana card to register a new SIM card for her or for me, the system will ask that I should put my fingerprint or take a picture of my fingerprint and authenticate against what is on the card to find out whether it matches or not. But that is not what the system is doing.
So the self-registration app that we are actually even paying for is not 100% accurate.
Not 100% accurate. Don't forget that, Annie, NIA has already issued a statement saying that they are unable to authenticate the fingerprint that NCA is capturing through the SIM card registration. They are unable to authenticate it. So what are we doing? We are only using the the PIN numbers to verify in any system.
Right.
Yes. So they are capturing the fingerprints through a picture and they are taking it somewhere else.
But why are they not able to authenticate? What's the technical explanation to that? Are they not equipped to use?
Annie, it is more possible to do it, but the issue is that NCA is not working closely with NIA. And if you read the NIA statement, they stated clearly that they were not part of the development of the app.
Sure. I mean, I spoke with Kwame Jan before. I'm hoping to get him before I close. I spoke with him before, and he made mention of the fact that NIA is doing its work. The NCA has no right to cross over into the NIA field and say they have registered this and these numbers. For them, they are doing their work on making sure that Ghanaians are doing the re-registration. You could sense a clear space and non-collaboration between the two institutions. But why is that so? Because I know that the Communication Ministry also doesn't have a good communication link with the NIA. But the three are in charge of this exercise.
Exactly. You know, what was supposed to happen is that NIA, NCA, and the Ministry of Communication should have come to the drawing table and said that this is what we want to do. We are going to use your Ghana card to do as the primary document for the SIM card registration. Now, as part of the process, we need to do an authentication of the card through a one-to-one matching. When we say one-to-one matching, it means that you're authenticating against the card. Now, I'm sure during some of the deliberation, there were some issues that they couldn't solve, and they went ahead to do only the authentication or the verification through the PIN, which I can assure you and your listeners or your viewers that very soon after the SIM card registration, we will still going to have this SIM card fraudsters calling people, and we will not be able to trace them, or we will trace wrong people.
Are we having a jam in the system?
that is between NIA for the jam, yes.
We're having a jam. Is that what
yes.
is causing persons who have re-registered their chips already also experiencing the punitive measures?
Yes, it's the same system there, because you see, NIA needs to verify and say that yes, you've registered your SIM card, the Ghana card actually belongs to you. NCA says that yes, they've been able to authenticate that you've registered successfully. Now, the whole system, if you do it in any system development, when you do something, you have to do a piloting to do a stress test, to do everything. Let's ask ourselves, was there any pilots? Nothing. We just jump in to do the system. And there's a lot of technical failure. At us now, a lot of people are unable to register the SIMs, even using the self-registration app, because it's not able to identify or verify the unique code that when you dial the *404, it gives you. And it's causing a lot of people. And I can assure you that as at now, there are over 3 million people who have registered with their Ghana card and have not been able to get the card.
Yeah.
My very good friend Jifagunu has registered with his Ghana card. For 2 months now, he has not been issued with his Ghana card. And the issue is that his data matches with somebody who is amputated.
Oh, wow.
So he, no true
as
fault
in
of
a physically challenged person.
Yes. As at now, he's not having his card. Now, 2 days, last week, he got his SIM card blocked for 48 hours. This week, too, he's going to do the same thing. And I'm happy there's been some legal issues, because this is not right. NIA is a continuous process. And the 3 million people that I stated earlier who have not received their cards, why should they suffer from something that is not true fault of them?
Can the jam in the system give chance to fraudsters to enter?
The fraudsters have already entered. It's not about we are not going to give chance for them to enter. From the very day that we started the registration, I stated that.
I mean, remember that there are already fraudsters in the system, but I'm looking at the new projects that were on that had to do with the SIM re-registration. Are we having some people take advantage, and what are the possible happenings when they are manipulating the system?
Okay, so as I stated earlier, in any biometric identification, if Annie, let me use this particular example so that you understand it and your viewers understand it. If Annie, you walk into a bank and you want to withdraw something and they ask your money and they ask you to give you your card. Now the Ghana card is the primary document for all the banks. Now the moment they give you them the card, they look on the picture on the card and look at your face and it matches. At that point, the person has identified you, but he has not confirmed that you are the true owner of the card. The next level is for the person to enter the Ghana PIN number into the system to verify whether the PIN number exists in NIA system. Now, when he enters and it comes out that the PIN numbers exist in NIA system, at that point, he has verified you, but still not confirmed your identity. The only way a person can confirm your identity is through a one-to-one matching or one-to-many matching. That is, you have to authenticate against the card for the fingerprint that is stored on the card to match with what is on what you have given, whether they are the same or not. Now, let us ask ourselves, is that the process you go through when you are doing the SIM card registration? Definitely not. A lot of people are even using the Ghana card that they've gotten on a missing Ghana card and using it to do the registration, because the system does not do the third level authentication where you have to do one-to-one matching. And for fraudsters, and as I stated earlier, some places, some people are already selling the SIM card 100 cedis for a already registered SIM card. How was this done? So
for an already registered SIM card.
Yes. So we finish with this registration and we will end up having the same issue because NIA, Ministry of Communication and SCA have decided not to agree on the technical point on how to go about with the SIM card registration.
Yeah, we have 3 institutions. We're not sure what's going on amongst them. NCA, NIA, and Ministry of Communication. There are people who are losing businesses because of the current situation, because their making calls is not going through, and they're having their SIM cards blocked. There is a possibility of fraudsters also taking advantage of the situation because of how it is going now. If your card is blocked, you're not even sure if someone is operating from a different angle or it's indeed the NCA that's working on your card. What do we do as a people? What do we do?
What I appeal to the Ministry of Communication, NCA, and the NI is that they should all come back to the drawing board and see how they can solve this whole thing. Engage the stakeholders very well, and let us put a hold on this banning or that if you don't register your SIM card for a particular period, they are going to cancel your SIM card or anything. Because as I stated earlier, the NIA is a continuous registration. In future, today or whatever, people will still register their SIM cards. The best thing is come back to the drawing table. Let us engage very well. Nobody is against the SIM card registration. I have done my SIM card registration. A lot of people have done it because we see it as the right thing to do. But the issue is that it's about the process we are using. Let us go back to the drawing board, engage all stakeholders, and I think we can solve this issue very amicably. And as I stated earlier, they didn't get it right from the beginning. NIA should have been empowered or given the mandate to do this SIM card registration on behalf of the telcos. And I believe that if you should speak to any of the telcos giants behind the scenes, publicly they may not say it, they will tell you that they agreed that initially at the meeting, they were happy that NIA was supposed to do that work for them. Engage any of them, they will tell you behind it that yes, NIA, they were happy how NIA was going to solve the issue for them so that the burden will not be on them. Then if they say, why is the use of this data harmonization we are talking about? Because we have to get to a point whereby if Annie is going to the passport office to go and register to get a passport, there's no need for them to capture her fingerprint again. The fingerprint is already stored in NI. So the moment she puts her fingerprint on the device, it pulls all her record and bring it to the NI, the passport office system. They just enter the other fields that the passport office needs, and it saves it.
Will you advise people to continue using or trying to use the SIM card registration app?
The thing is not even working. So this morning I tried to do something for someone. It's totally giving me error. The thing is not even working.
It's giving you error.
And the funny thing is the error that is giving you is not telling you what is the cause. It just say error. So you don't even know what is even causing it. And don't forget that the self-registration app only exists for an Android users. So what about those who are using the iOS? That means they have to even go and look for somebody who's using an Android phone to do it. Yeah, everything was done in a rush. Let's go back and just start everything afresh.
I've not been able to use the app, but whenever you use it and it gives you the error, feedback, are you able to take the screenshots for us just for, feedback and communication purposes so that we can serve the Ministry of Communication what exactly is going on?
Actually, what they did is that they disabled the screenshot on the app, so you need another phone to take a picture. I have taken a lot of pictures of all those things. I can
kindly
send
feed.
it to you so that...
They've disabled.
They've disabled it, so you can't take a screenshot. Actually, at times it's for security reasons. They disable the app so that you can't use your own phone to take an app. But as a Ghanaian, you always have an alternative. So I will take another phone to take a picture of it. Then
that's very interesting. I didn't know that was possible. That you can disable the screenshot ability of the app.
Oh, you can. They have disabled it. The app developer disabled it. It's a code that you put in the app and it disables it.
Okay. Before I let you go, because you're a system analyst, do you have any idea? Have you picked up any information why this is happening? Why we're rushing through this process?
We are rushing through this process.
Why? Do you have any idea?
I have an idea why we are rushing. The NCA and everything is NCA, the Ministry of Communication, and NI are rushing through all these things. But I don't think your platform is the appropriate place for me to say it.
I just asked if you have any idea. I didn't ask you to mention it. Yeah, thank you. I'll leave it here.
Thank you.
I'm grateful. Right. I'm grateful for the technical assistance for us to understand what exactly is going on. We have tried getting or raising Kwame Jan on the phone to speak with, but we have been unsuccessful. Good afternoon, Annie. In fact, NIA others have no right to block anyone's SIM card. It is unconstitutional. This is from Francis Xavier. Laura is sending that in. Says that I'm not a victim. What of my poor brothers and sisters in the village? Is also asking a question of that. Now, we were expecting to speak with Kwame Jan, who is speaking on behalf of the NCA, but we have been unsuccessful to raise him on the phone line. So we'll leave it here. As and when he's able to attend to his phone, we'll get the feedback from him. Some of you have sent some messages, but my time is up. Okay. So that's it for Good Afternoon, Ghana. Just try and keep your SIM intact anyway. Let's see how we can go through this challenge and hear from the Ministry of Communication, the NIA, and the NCA eventually. Thanks for watching.